Code Red has been called at the OpenAI Bandcamp ever since Gemini 3 released, which came as a surprise. Sam Altman has reportedly called Code Red literally just because of Gemini. I think that took everyone by surprise, to be honest. We knew it was coming. We did not know how good it is. And I've been banging on the last couple of weeks about how it's a good enough model for most people. And this is ChatGPT's domain. We were talking about it just before the show. Like, they're throwing things at Sora, Atlas. They're trying to do so much. And really, it just comes down to when, they've earned the noun ChatGPT, haven't they? Oh, I'll ChatGPT it or chat it or whatever. Sometimes I say ChatGPT, even though actually I'm a Gemini soy boy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You say like just ask ChatGPT, but you don't mean just like an OpenAI product. You mean like go use any AI.
There's a new model that they're working on that is basically a direct response to Gemini. ChatGPT Garlic is the new model that they are hopefully going to work on that's going to compete.
But speaking of bad names.
Yeah, no, yeah. But saying all that, I'll say it again. They're competing in an area where they're the normie AI company, right? And Gemini is good enough, right? So and people, the usage of Gemini has gone up since Gemini 3. I've doubled down on Gemini, actually. I've always preferred Gemini. And now I think Perplexity was my action button, but now it's set as Gemini.
Google might be like positioned best out of every other company to win in pretty much every in every, what do you call
vertical.
It? Like vertical. So for image, they are Google. For video, they have YouTube.
Saying all that, I want to ask the audience a question. Like, what AI are you using? Are you like a multi AI user for different things? Do you find that you have one AI and you just stick to it? Because I'm sort of in that camp. I use Gemini pretty much now because it's good at everything else, and then Anthropic for code. I might dip into ChatGPT for code, not even ChatGPT. Sorry, I might jump into GPT 5.1 for like a lot of heavy thinking tasks, but not really. It's just another option that I throw it when I'm coding. But I'd be interested to know what our users are using, whether it's generic.
Interesting. Let us know, even like in the chat here, just write down.
Gemini literally just released Gemini 3 DeepThink yesterday or day before. So they're already kind of in the lead, and then they drop this massive, very, very hardcore model. It's only available on the $250 per month Google AI Ultra plan. And it's achieving like 93.8 on the GPQA Diamond and 45.1 on the Arc AGI 2 with code execution. Like, this is a beast model. But this is where we're starting to get into the realm of, where I'm kind of leading us down this path here, where we're kind of getting to a very specialist model. Like, I don't think you or I need Gemini 3 DeepThink. I think people who are on the cutting edge of research, who are scientists, mathematicians, like healthcare, like it's not an everyday model, it's a very specialist model. They've named it Gemini 3 DeepThink, but it's almost like it deserves its own kind of name. I don't know. I'm not particularly great at branding and names and things like that. But the point is, like, Gemini or Google have leapfrogged themselves in the time that it's taken, OpenAI to respond to anything that Google have done. So, it's already heating up. And then we've got obviously DeepSeek 3.2 coming out, which is, and they released two models, Special and their normal version, which is on par with GPT-5 High. So that's an open source model. Yes, it's a little bit behind, but it's an open source model where, I don't know, it's sort of creating a bit of competition, to say the very least. But I think, again, I use the term splitting hairs. We're just really splitting hairs at this point when it comes to just AI. I think we'll get to a point where open source models will be perfectly fine, which again leaves ChatGPT in the dust a little bit. Because why would people pay for something that computers are no doubt going to be good enough in the next 5 years to probably run the intelligence that OpenAI, that these closed source models can run right now? That'll be available on everyone's machine. So it's all heating up, and I just wonder whether we'll stop looking for a do-it-all model and we'll move into a model that can do the thing that we want. Like, Jesus Christ, like 6 months ago, a year ago, I was handwriting my own code. And now I'm deciding whether this LLM is better than this LLM. It's just ridiculous, isn't it, really?
I feel like this is like screwdrivers for electricians in a way. Like they could sit and argue which brand is better, but like at the end of the day, the work is just far beyond what the screwdriver alone is. And I think in our work, like we'll talk about this in a minute, like when we get to Anthropic and Bun, but it's like development and software engineering is just such a big thing, and these are just tiny tools still comparatively to the whole vertical.
This is part of a larger conversation on my show, Cmd+AI, which we stream live every single week. We discuss the news and all things related to AI in the world of design and web. Catch us next week and join in the banter.